Prince Rupert traffic, Nathan East Stewart, good morning. We have run aground here at Seaforth Channel. We have an empty petroleum barge.
Nathan East Stewart, Prince Rupert Coast Guard Radio, roger, and confirm it is just the barge that has run aground, is that correct?
Ma'am, actually, we have spun with the current here, and we're kind of laying and I believe that the tug now is aground as well, okay?
When I first came down the channel, I seen 3 or 4 smaller boats like mine, a couple of Coast Guard ships, and the tug and barge were actually up on these rocks in here. And I didn't know that there were boats in behind trying to push that barge off.
I got the call about 4:30 in the morning. And obviously I'm half asleep, and I had to call this guy back because I wanted to make sure that I heard him right, that there was a tug that has run aground in our territory.
Friday the 13th, coming up 1 year since Nathan East Stewart ran aground out in Seaforth Channel. And they dumped diesel fuel into the ocean, and all our clam beds around that area were contaminated.
Nathan Stewart, Cape St. James. Russ, coming up on you from the east, of course. Did you want to evacuate your people? Over.
Okay, Roger, I appreciate that, Captain. If you could just stand by, very much appreciated. At the moment, we're in no danger of sinking.
When we got there, there was already some fuel in the water, but not a lot. The boat breached with its diesel tanks about 5:35 in the morning. But within an hour and a half, that tug sunk.
And you can see the water, like it was boiling, like hot water. But it was all brown. You can smell the diesel, the different oils that were in that boat. It didn't take very long for it to start circling the boat and going out further and further.
The responders for the cleanup don't show up until 12 and a half hours later to begin the cleanup. And by the time they got here at 7 o'clock in the evening, they didn't really start anything.
It was a disaster. They talked about their world-class response. And when the Nathan East Stewart ran aground, we didn't see any of that at all.
This whole system here, this one area right from that point there all the way in almost to Idle Point, Gale Creek. When I was younger, I was brought out here to learn how to fish, hunt, clam dig. This is one of the learning grounds for the Heiltsuk people.
They're doing their work back in Texas, but we're here left with the damage. Gale Creek, where the oil spill was, over 60% of the clams come from that area. And so last year we didn't fish. We don't know whether we're going to be able to fish this year where there's going to be enough clams in the territory in order to achieve the quota. And so we got to determine whether or not there will even be a clam fishery for a commercial opportunity for 50 family members. It's going to cost us about $500,000 in order to get the proper assessments done, to make sure that all the marine plants and everything else in the substrate and the forest are healthy.
The sinking of the Nathan East Stewart angered the nation. Took the spirit of a nation away too. Even today it hurts to be right where we are. Knowing the damage that it had done. This corporation does not know and does not want to know what they have done, not only to this generation but to our future generations. you.